Hi friends, welcome back to Farmer Girl Diaries. Just like that, 2022 is over. Our garden season has come to an end. I just ripped out all the last of my peppers. I just ripped them out of the ground and they're laying just along here now. I'm feeling a little lazy, so right now I'm saying I'm gonna let them decompose in place. But I might come move them tomorrow and throw them on my compost heap. The only thing I still have in from summer is my Swiss chard. And my green beans down on my trellis are doing pretty good. So the plants are all but dead, but there are still lots of green beans on them, and I've been harvesting these green beans every couple of days. So, you know, they look pretty terrible, but they're still doing something. So I'll take what I can get. All of these pepper plants came out. All of the sweet potatoes came out. So I need to really heavily cardboard this whole area, and then I'm gonna straw it. I need to go get some more straw for all of my beds as well. That one is almost done, but these two need more straw and more amenities, more additives to them. But let's talk about how low this bed is, and then also that bed as well. So now is the time that I like to get my beds ready for spring, because when spring comes, there's so much to do that I like to do as much as I can right now as things are calming down. So I thought about filling this bed in with more soil, and I'm not going to be doing that. This year, a lot of people struggled with contaminated soil, contaminated compost. So a lot of people like completely ruined their gardens, bringing on this unknown to them contaminated compost and contaminated soil. So I have this big fear of bringing outside soil or compost onto my garden for that fear. Because it can take, once you add a contamination to your soil, it can take a couple years to get that contamination out of the soil. So these beds are a little low for my liking. They're a lot low for my liking, I'll be completely honest. They're very low. And I was gonna, top them off, and I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna go with whatever we have in the beds. And I'm gonna keep adding straw and leaves and manure. So I'm gonna keep adding stuff to them. So the soil that is in here is good soil, but it's not as deep as I would like it to be. I'll definitely admit to that. But I basically decided this week that I'd rather they be low and they're good soil than even risk the chance of bringing a contamination into this garden. So that's currently my plan. The bean trellis is all empty. And I'm gonna leave that up until next year when I move it. It will not go in this same spot. I will move it, and I still have a couple tomato plants, 2 tomato plants back there that are still live and kicking, and then just a lot of grass. We are calling for our first frost this week. It's gonna get down to 31 on Wednesday nights. So all of this that is still alive will definitely start dying back soon. I did leave my Tabasco pepper in so far. This guy will come in on Tuesday night. I'll bring him in. I just think this pepper is magnificent. He is just huge and beautiful, and I don't honestly need Tabasco sauce, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these peppers. I'm not sure, but I just think all of this just looks so pretty. And then my okra, which I stopped harvesting from. This one I could probably get out on my own, but that one over there that is down, I tried to get him out and I need a chainsaw. I can't get him out. So I'm cutting them off and leaving the roots in the ground to decompose. And then the only other things is I have carrots, which didn't germinate great. But I got a little germination there, so I got a few carrots in there. And then over here I have some lettuce that is doing really, really good. I can do I threw a pepper on top of it, but my lettuce is doing pretty good. The Swiss chard behind me, and there is a cabbage. I'm gonna take that cabbage in today, but the Swiss chard behind me, I am gonna leave until it ultimately dies because the bunny is still eating that. So that's just a great vegetable for me to feed to her. But everything else is out of this garden, so that is exciting. It's exciting that it's out. I'm still in the process of putting her to bed, and normally I'm still putting her to bed up till Thanksgiving, so we have some time. But everything, all the flowers have been pulled out of her, all the vegetables have been pulled out of her, minus these few okras and this Tabasco plant. But she did good. This was a great year for so many things. I need to go update my garden journal with just my totals and how much I got, but I never had such a good snap year or a zucchini year. My tomato year was not the best, but I got a ton of peppers. I did harvest peppers off of the plants that I picked today, and I have a huge basket of just some small peppers. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with all of them, but we'll figure something out. And because we are getting our first frost, I've been also pulling my bulbs as well. So I have a lot of canna lilies and dahlias. I think that's it. Canna lilies and dahlias are my main thing. So I'm going through picking all of the flowers off and pulling a good chunk of the bulbs up. I am going to try to overwinter some bulbs in the ground. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely pulling some out. So in case overwintering doesn't work, I have some bulbs in the basement that I can plant. So this is going to be, I think, the last garden video of 2022. It's sad, but I'm ready for fall. I'm happy fall is here. This was a great year, and this year was the first year I didn't feel overwhelmed. I didn't stress myself out to the max. The garden wasn't the prettiest I would have liked it to be, but I definitely didn't get tired of the garden. I definitely wasn't stressed and overwhelmed. So it was a good year. It was a good year for 2022, so I'm happy. So thank you guys for joining me in this video as we just wrap up the garden year. Now we're going to be in the kitchen a ton, doing lots of cooking, doing lots of crafts and activities for the homestead, and just doing some things for next year to get ready and have hopefully a more productive next year. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.